What up, what up, what up? It's your boy ARP, Rare Beat Entertainment is the movement, back with another video for y'all. We're gonna break down this Dizaster versus Hollow surprise one rounder that just went down on King of the Dot Massacre event. Epic. I'm gonna give y'all a winner and loser to this battle, even though it's a one rounder. We're gonna hop into a few topics before we get into the breakdown. But real quick, remember, September 2nd, 2 p.m. at Funkadelic Studios is going down. What happens when you take some of the best writers and pens in the game, you throw them on a card together, and you put them in a small room? You get Writers Volume 1, RBE's new series. Get your advance tickets ASAP. To start this off, let me ask y'all a question. How y'all feel about one rounders? We don't see them too much anymore. Everybody knows 3 rounds is more conventional. It's easier to pick a winner because, you know, it's spread across more material. One person goes, the other person goes back and forth. Who's gonna win the fight at the end? I get it. I'd rather 3 rounds over a 1 rounder too. But let's not act like there's not classic 1 rounders out there. Anybody ever see T-Rex versus Young Ill? How about Big Cannon versus Cortez? Go watch that battle. I'll give you another classic. Daylight versus Quest McCody. Ridiculous. There's a few other 1 rounders that you could sneak in there too. You got the Big Cannons versus Money Bags. A lot of people talk about Goods versus Danger Zone, Goods versus Adi Boom. I mean, there's a bunch of good 1 rounders out there. You gotta remember, man, it's like so many battles these days are going down 2-minute rounds. 2-minute rounds. Do the math. That's 6, right? So if both guys are showing up for 5 minutes, you lose maybe 1 minute of material. And you know they're going to go over 5 minutes. Look what happened with this round. He definitely went over 5 minutes. So look at Quest McCody and Daylight. How long is that fucking upload? So I'm just saying, like, you can get a great battle out of 1 round. First thing I want to talk about, why is there no comparison when it comes to being at a live event versus watching the footage? Let me say this humbly speaking, first and foremost. Not everybody can make it to a live event. Certain people live too far from the Chicagos and New Yorks and Calis and Atlantas, these places where a lot of these battles are going down. I get it. Also, it costs a lot of money. You know how much money me and my team just spent to go fly into Boston to watch Massacre 3? If you add us all together, it's a lot of money. You know, you got flights, hotels, rental cars, tickets, all this shit. I totally understand and I respect 100% everybody that can only just watch it on YouTube. But if you have the opportunity to go to a live event, here's some of the reasons why. First and foremost, you might miss a lot of shit. You'd be surprised how much shit goes down at events that will never make it to footage. Sometimes classic moments. Was it Young Ill and Conceited that was never released from that URL VIP event? I was in the building. I saw that battle. That's even how I knew when Conceited battled on King of the Dot. What was it, was it Verse Clips? Anyway, when he did the Slow It Down, the Captain Morgan shit, and then more guns come out, I knew that he used that Slow It Down before because I've seen it before, even though it wasn't released. What about Young Cannon versus DNA? You know, it's just a mistake. You just never know what's gonna happen. That footage got messed up. The next thing about that, footage can never create the energy in the building, the feel in the building. I'll give you some of mine, for example. I was on stage for Calico versus Lux. You know, I turned around and see that Summer Jam shit, and it's like, I can't believe this nigga's doing that shit. Hollow versus Lux, shit felt legendary. We in there, everybody's gambling and making bets. I'm arguing back and forth with Goods, who's gonna win, and other battlers. Like, the shit is just, you don't get that from watching it on video. And shit gets real sometimes. How about Daylight versus Oops? Daylight giving his most personal round in his entire career, and Oops having grown-ass men and women in the crowd crying. That's the fucking feeling there when niggas' skin is crawling and shit. You can't create that on footage. That now leads me right into Diz versus Hollow. So we walk into the building and there's a few people talking about it behind the scenes, like backstage and shit. Yo, Diz is battling Hollow tonight, it's going down, it's a surprise battle. The battlers, other league owners in the building, we all buzzing it to each other. Nobody believes it though. Me, I'll tell you why I believe it. I'm saying, if you got a battle that big, no league is not gonna promote it. So comes a point in the event, lights go off, they're flashing all these red lights everywhere, there's a countdown that happens on one of the screens. And we looking at each other like, nah, hell no, they ain't doing that shit. There's no fucking way. Then you can see, even though it's dark, you see a few people that be with Diz start to walk across the stage. Like, you see Active and a few of them niggas, and it's like, get the fuck out of here.
They saying surprise Hollow versus Dizaster?
put these cards together. If you could be there, beat it. Hollow goes first, gets crowd reaction off rip. That setup saying I would have went first regardless of the coin flip, so the fans don't gotta fast forward through your shit. Then the fake promise shit saying both my grandmothers is dead. Take notes. This is how to bring energy to your performance, and it's infectious to the fans.
Your battleship, I ain't sinking. I ain't cannabis with the banana clip out the way shit.
Early, Hollow showing us why his performance is at the top of the game. I mean, he's like 5 bars in and he's screaming like he's fresh out of cage.
When I'm going to squirt, it sound like whoo. They don't know if I'm going berserk or throwing a nerf. Ah!
Into the Terror Dome bar. Terror Dome, tear a dome. You and Lush sharing stones, Sharon Stone. Then he stumbles on a setup based around Diz being an LA rapper and him being Muslim, saying that he has to still pray to the east. Double meaning. But here goes typical Hollow. He uses the stumble to create an in-flight freestyle and using the face Dizaster makes to turn it all into a punch. And he just so happens to be battling one of the few other guys in the game that could do that type of shit. Off your writtens, into a freestyle, and then right back into your writtens in the middle of your round. Being that Diz and Hollow are probably like the only guys consistently able to do that shit, I want to see them go head to head. The Bone Thugs punch.
A lost soul like the video on Crossroads. I want to see flesh and bone. Cause I'm crazy with a heavy shotty. I get busy. You better hope I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody.
Fours Out of Nowhere, that's Jay's album. That whole math setup about I should rap for an hour. Y'all see this nigga's performance as he's using Locksmith for a setup?
Dizaster, the autistic rapper. That if he gets whole round, if he gets distracted.
Look at this nigga, son. Look at this nigga.
You can hear your cell phone ring while it's in your jacket.
I hope y'all see what Hollow was doing there. It's real clever shit. He's putting it in the fans' heads, whether it's for that battle or the 3 rounds that's coming up, that he's on a different level than Diz. That may be true, that may be false, but he's putting it in y'all heads that at my level, there is no getting distracted. There is no fucking up. You go through your shit seamless. Can't nobody throw me off because, you know, Diz has, you know, a tendency at times to get thrown off by shit that's going on around him, and he's using that against him. Then Hollow does a Diz impersonation, something like what Cassidy did, but much shorter and to the point. Huge setup and creative land.
This ain't me being cocky when I say yo literally battle a damn ghost. Bro, you battled everybody in King of the Dot except for the bro, you ain't even battled the damn home.
About to murder my motherfucker, let's go! And on the fucking right, and on the right hand side, one of the most maniest individuals.
Good shot at Tay-Rock, pulling bullets once again and putting it in the fans' minds early, trying to say Tay-Rock is one-dimensional. Then closed out with a Psych I Lied and jumped into some freestyle that, shit, is better than some people's writtens. Now we on Diz with a tactical open. I respect the chess these two guys is playing. He's basically trying to tell the fans, Hollow don't fuck with us. He don't really represent or hold down King of the Dot. You know what I mean? He's over there on the other side. Shit like that goes in the fans' heads and has them thinking like, you wanna know what? Yeah, this is home team. This nigga is a visitor. Even though they just finished showing this guy mad love. You could sway the fans even more on your side doing shit like that. Smart writing. I didn't fully understand that you almost took Rock, but you bugging if you think Rock a tier higher than me. The Rock a tier we all get, that's a play on words. But he didn't almost take Rock, like Hollow has Rock coming up. Then Diz gets into the history of them finally crossing paths, closes that out with a Usain Bolt retiring punchline. That landed. Funny Hollow joke.
Shut the fuck up, Hollow the Don, with your fucking Zorro mustache you got on. You look like a Puerto Rican reggaeton DJ. Your name should be Hollow de Juan. Hollow de Juan. Hollow de Juan.
Then Diz has the John reference, so they both mention each other's battle rap fights. I'm curious to see though if like they're gonna try to bring those angles into their 3-rounder. If they do, who's gonna have more of an advantage? I mean, Hollow and John's more some behind the scenes, quiet battle rap shit. Diz and Math was on TMZ, so we'll see how they try to craft those angles if they're gonna continue to use them. This right here might be the craziest setup of Diz's round.
War story still own Hollows, so I keep giving them bucks like a
Use that to lead into a good lean angle playing on words. Your man Diz will definitely get into those long run-on sentences, but they do damage.
Knock, knock! A body bag in under 2 minutes when I black out. You'll end up passed out like Calico trying to maneuver through a jacuzzi full of naked dudes in it. Yeah.
Open up your neck like a Pez dispenser and took that into a Ginsu punch. Crazy Harley Quinn ball.
Slip through, I pull a wooden razor out and fist you. Open up your lips and put a slit through. Scar your chin so hard that Harley Quinn would want to kick you.
Next up, that like you and NYB, y'all used to be tight ball. You see Hollow even react to that. Unfortunately, I mean, all personal stuff aside, just on the battle rap tip, those are all going to be big angles going into the 3-rounder. We see them going back and forth. We see the interviews. I mean, it is what it is. And good bars going at LOM clothing. Now, by this point, you see Hollow starting to get concerned with the time limit. He almost walks off stage. Next, Diz has the unbiased shot. At this point, Hollow sits down at the edge of the stage. Of course, Diz is going to freestyle on that. Then shit gets a little awkward in the room. Diz has to wrap his round up. Battle's pretty much over at that point. Alright, who won? It's a 1-rounder, but I could pick a winner. Just gotta find a way to create separation. So, it was a close battle. There's definitely that style difference there, which means that some fans are gonna have a preference based on who they're going with. If Diz's round ended differently, if it ended smooth, if it ended clean, if it ended on a high note and what may be a big punchline and a haymaker, to me the winner wouldn't have been so clear. I would have to probably watch it a second, third, fourth time maybe to really pick a winner. But I only need to rewatch it once on footage to get my winner, which is Hollow. Why? The difference in this 1-rounder is Hollow just got to his shit much faster. Diz had a lot of shit in there. But going up against Hollow being that compact, much faster setups, getting to his lands, I think that created the difference. People thinking out there like, oh, they used a lot of angles. Nah. Pay attention. Look at the shit that they brought. This was truly an exhibition. This was no title fight. It's gonna feel like a title fight when they do the 3 rounds. Salute to Hollow and Diz, y'all put on for a 1-rounder. Shout out to King of the Dot for the crazy surprise battle for all the fans. Like I said, man, that's one of those epic live moments in battle rap. September 2nd, y'all know what it is. Get your tickets. Don't risk it, man. I told y'all, don't wait till last minute like y'all always do. It's your boy, I'm out of here.